Hello there. This is part 3 of The Birds by Sam Kachelhofer. Last when we left off, it was weird. It was very weird, wasn't it? Very weird. Because I had just been sent to the principal's office for not really anything, honest. And I just asked what type of bird it was, and she was all crazy. The teacher, she was crazy. And so, anyway, I get to the principal's office, and he's like, "Oh, well, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "I got sent here by my teacher because I didn't know what type of bird was on my desk." He goes, "Ooh, well, I'm sure we'll get it figured out. But that seems a bit ludicrous. Well, why do you think that? Why do you think she sent you here?" I say to him, "Well, I don't really know. I don't know." And so we talk for a minute, and then I mention something about that teacher in there. She's crazy. She's very crazy. She's very odd. The principal's like, yeah, she, I don't know why we hired her. She's new, actually. But she always calls, she's always sending people into my office. And it's starting to be a real problem, you know. There was a kid in here last week that the teacher, she claimed that she was on drugs. I kind of look at the principal, I'm like, "Oh, that's not good." Because she told me that I was crazy because there was a bird on my desk. She even asked me a little bit of a personal question about who my mum is and stuff. And the principal was like, "Oh, yeah, she's always asking those type of questions, she is. She's always asking those type of questions, you know. But it's all right. Anyway, I've kept you enough. You can go back to your class. No, you're not going to call my mum or anything, are you?" He's like, "What for? Was it your fault?" So I go back to class. And the teacher looks at me, she's like, "What are you doing back here?" I'm like, "Oh, the principal said I could go back." She looks at the wall, she looks at the clock on the wall, she's like, "You haven't even been in there for 30 minutes. Did you get in trouble?" I was like, No, I didn't. I didn't get in trouble at all." The teacher, she kind of stomps her foot towards me. She's like, "Go back to the principal's office, or else I'm calling your parents." Well, parent. And I look at her. I'm like, "Why do I have to go back? I don't think I need to." And I stamp my foot down and I'm like, "You should quit your job because you're right loony. You're crazy, you are. You're crazy. You're very, very, very strange." She looks at me, she's like, "Well, you're the one who thinks birds are government spies, so you're the one who's crazy. And you're only, 8 years old? You're only 8. You shouldn't really believe in that malarkey. It wasn't birds who killed your parents. It was a murderer. I know the murderer's name. The murderer's name, his name was Philip, he was. He always chops off people's heads. You shouldn't have believed your father on them birds, because birds are nothing but cute, amazing creatures. I have a bird in my study. He doesn't bother me at all. Now you tell me who's crazy." I look at her, I'm like, you are. My dad is right. And I know those birds killed my family. I know they did. I'm not crazy. Birds are controlled by the government, and I know they are. She kind of looks at me, she stamps her foot down and snaps in my face. She's like, go, get out, stand in the hallway. I'm like, what did I do this time? I'm like, she's like, you're disrespecting a teacher. Now go in the hallway, I'm going to call your mother. So I do. I have a little attitude about it, but I do. I go out in the hallway and I stand there, I'm huffing and puffing, I'm just like, this is absurd. This is absurd, this is. But anyway, that's the end of part 3. Hope you enjoyed. This one was a bit of a landslide, it was. Didn't really... The way it was written, it wasn't very good, was it? Oh, but anyway, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.